Arceus is one of those Pokemon that never really made sense to me. Like Mr. Mime, who's just a guy. Arceus is just God. And while that's a pretty simple concept to grasp, once you really look into Arceus, you realize that this
The time has come. Prepare for justice.
is not Arceus, and that the true Pokemon God is somewhere hidden in the games, and we have actually found him. Take for example Arceus's Pokédex entries. Pearl's entry says, "It is told in mythology that this Pokemon was born before the universe even existed." Platinum and all subsequent games state that it is said to have emerged from an egg in a place where there was nothing, then shaped the world. Now, the world egg is something that's very often seen in real-life mythologies. Usually there's a primordial egg, and from that egg, the universe hatched, or the creator of the universe hatched. So all of these Pokédex entries are pretty conclusive. Arceus is God. Well, take a look at Diamond's entry. It is described in mythology as the Pokemon that shaped the universe with its 1,000 arms. 1,000 arms? Bro doesn't even have one arm. It's a horse stuck in a fence.
Rehab was supposed to be a fresh start.
So very obviously, this isn't talking about this Arceus. This Pokédex entry is talking about what I like to call Prime Arceus, or how the game calls him, the original one, which is actually confirmed in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where, spoilers by the way, at the very end when you obtain Arceus, he tells you, "I bestow my blessing, and I bestow upon thee a part of myself. I would walk this earth together with thee, show me how it appeareth in thine eyes." In the Japanese text, the word bunshin is used, which means avatar, but it can also mean a part of something that has been split into many parts. So this Arceus is just, a part of the bigger Arceus pie, which would make sense if you think about it. If this is a weaker Arceus, or just a small fraction of Arceus's actual power, it makes sense that it can be caught and defeated. Well, that begs the question, what does Arceus really look like? It's pretty subtle, but we do get a glimpse of him. And I'm not talking about Legends Arceus, where he just kind of is shining like a Super Saiyan. In Pokemon BDSP, or Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, in Harlem City, we can access the Forum building. We can find this depiction of what seems to be Prime Arceus, with a rather humanoid appearance. It actually does look pretty similar to this fan art, surrounded by the different type plates, which, oh yeah, throw us even further down the rabbit hole. For example, the insect plate states that where all creation was born, that is the being's place of origin, which most likely refers to the Hall of Origin where Arceus was born and created the universe, which is also the place where you catch him. Well, catch him in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. You see, to access the Hall of Origin, you have to, either glitch the game or hack it. So yeah, this symbol should look familiar to you. It is used constantly throughout the games in relation to Arceus. It's the place where Arceus creates stuff, well, anything actually. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, for example, it creates either Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina, whichever way the player chooses for the player to catch. And during the act of creation, there's a ton of unknown flying around, which is also just the rabbit hole goes even deeper, okay? Unknown are shown to be able to form together to create different life forms. For example, in that one Pokemon movie where they created a Entei, which leads me to believe that Arceus used the unknown to create the universe, essentially just writing the source code of the universe. Now, this is just my theory. There's other evidence that shows that everything has already been there and Arceus just kind of put it correctly together, but I like the idea of unknown being the source code of the universe for a game where you can digitalize your Pokemon and send them to a PC. Maybe, I don't know. Moving on to the Icicle plate, which states two beings of time and space set free from the original one. Now, it's often believed that Arceus just created Dialga and Palkia, which, yeah, he does right here, but the evidence points to something different in this case. In Japanese, the word bunshin is used again, which suggests that Dialga and Palkia are actually just another part of the bigger Arceus pie. So if you can imagine, Arceus we see is like half of the pie, Dialga and Palkia are just like one slice, 1/8 of the original Arceus. However, where the rabbit hole goes so deep, Pause, wait. It's when we get to the fire plate or the flame plate. I don't remember. The power of defeated giants infuses this plate. Defeated giants? What defeated giants? Where did they come from? Cup of Joe? Delicious. Defeated giants don't make any sense in this story. They are never brought up again. This is the only time we ever hear of them. Well, it doesn't make any sense until you consider the leak. You know which leak I mean. Aside from all the pedophile Pokemon tapes, we had many different iterations of the origin story. They all followed pretty much the same beat, you know, Arceus comes, creates the universe, blah blah blah, but some of them do include these giants. So, according to the leaks, the giants were created from the actual parts of the broken Arceus egg. Afterwards, they attacked Arceus, to which Arceus just kind of beat them up and then created the universe. We never get to see the giants, they are never mentioned again or shown in any media, but people speculate that Regigigas is one of those giants, which is just so smooth-brained, you know. They fought Arceus before there were any Pokemon. How can a Pokemon be one of the giants? Like, what do you mean? Is it just because he's a giant? Just because he's big? Anyways, it's not Regigigas. Another theory people have been talking about is that one of the giants is Giratina. Giratina is an interesting aspect of this story. Many people believe it to be the devil Pokemon, which, yeah, it's easy to mistake it for that. I mean, look at it. 6 wings, 6 legs, 6 spikes. Everything is just 6, you know, the devil's number. I don't know why I did this. It is the devil's number. But the spooky plate actually reveals that the other side of this world was given by the original one to its raging third. The other side of this world being the distortion dimension. What is it called? It's the distortion world. Dimension distortion is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay, my bad. It's the distortion world, okay? And again, Bunshin is used to describe its raging third, which suggests that Giratina is just another piece of the Arceus pie. More specifically, it's rage. Rage towards who? You see what I mean? Like, we started with Arceus, and now we just keep going and going and going and going. This rabbit hole never ends. I've been rambling for I don't know how long, and there's always just a different confusing part to the story. But I'm gonna stop it right here. Well, no, wait. Actually, fun fact, when you combine Giratina, Dialga, and Palkia's origin forms, you get something that looks like Arceus. Pretty neat, huh? Little cherry on the Bunshin cake, you know? The bullshit cake. If you want to see more videos, you know, like, subscribe, and I hope you like this video. Huge, massive, gigantic shout out to Reddit user Kiskeym2, who compiled all of this info in an incredible article. Like, actually, he goes so deep into it. Go check his article out. I'll link it in the description. It's actually so crazy how deep he goes. So if you're interested in the topic, you know, go look at what he has to say about it. And he phrases it a million times better than me, so yeah. But I'll see you next time. Also, how'd you like the new microphone? No? Like, my entire setup broke. I'm gonna show you. Look, take a look at this. Take a look at this. These goddamn headphones. So I got a whole new setup. I got new headphones, new microphone. Oh, wait. Whoa! My shit just fell.